What is up? It is your favorite mother of two, and I'm back with another video. And it is Friday the 13th. Now, hopefully I get to upload this on Friday the 13th. If not, it'll be uploaded the next day. But I wanted to give a little labor and delivery nightmare story. And this is with my second baby, my daughter Sky. And I'm going to tell you guys how she came about and why that delivery was a true nightmare. And let's get into the video. I was determined, get a little closer, determined to have a December baby. So much so that I took castor oil. Now, what they don't tell you about castor oil, the reason why some women have contractions is because castor oil is a natural laxative. So it's supposed to make you use the bathroom. So I had some of the ingredients to make midwife's brew. I only had the castor oil, and I had I think it's called peanut butter, like butter, peanut butter. And I had the apricot juice. So I mixed it all together and I just took a shot. So I'm waiting, and all it did was make me go to the bathroom. I had a bit of contractions, but all in all, those ingredients just did not work for me. My daughter was not ready to come out. So the following week I had an appointment, but I did notice that she was not moving as actively and often as she was. But I wasn't concerned because she was still kicking and moving, just not as often as she was prior to me taking this. And it probably didn't make it any better. I was recovering from the flu and took this oil and the apricot juice. So I was pretty dehydrated. I know what you guys are thinking. You're dumb. You're dumb. Why did you do that? I really wanted my December baby. So I was willing to do anything I could to have her. But I was coming to terms that she was just not coming. It was the day of my appointment and I went into the hospital. It was just a regular checkup appointment. It was just for the last few weeks. And I go in there, and that pregnancy, I was not deemed high risk. With my son, I was deemed high risk, but after I got to the 7th month mark, they deemed me no longer high risk. So I was thinking like, we're good to go. She checks the baby. She's fine. She's breathing, checking the heart rate. She then proceeds to ask me if I had any questions or concerns. My mom in me told me to just tell her about the fact that Sky hasn't been moving or being as active. And I figured it was due to her being big. Maybe she didn't have enough space in there to move and groove like she did. But when I said that, the nurse kind of had this look on her face like, I don't think that's right. So she takes me back into this different portion of the office, and they strap all the stuff on my belly and they monitor her for a good 15 minutes. They said she's moving fine, she's fine, her heartbeat's fine. And they did another ultrasound. But in this ultrasound, they noticed that her fluids are very low. Again, I was recovering from the flu. I just took this castor oil. So of course, with me using the bathroom, I was throwing up when I had the flu. Her fluids were pretty low. She was lowing pretty. You get what I mean? So they told me that I need to go to labor and delivery, but not to worry. I'm not having the baby today. I'm thinking like, okay, maybe they just want to monitor me overnight. Maybe put some more liquids back inside of me. I have nothing to worry about, right? Now let me create the scene for you guys so you know where I'm going with this. One, I didn't have no one or nothing with me. My kid's dad was at the house and my son was with him. I don't have a bag. I don't have anything. I just brought myself to this appointment because I'm thinking it's gonna be maybe 10-15 minutes and I'm going home. I get to the labor and delivery ward because I was there beforehand because I had fell in the shower, and I figured it was going to be the same thing. They're going to strap me up, they're going to keep me overnight, and I'll leave in the morning. I get there, my phone's on like 5%. Again, I brought nothing with me. And the L&D nurse is like, did they let you know you're having a baby today? excuse me? I said, no, they told me to just come over here and not to be worried. She goes, yeah, you're having a baby today. I said, can I call my mom? She goes, yeah, just don't leave the hospital. I literally go into the waiting room. I call my mom, tears strolling down my face. I said, they told me I'm having the baby today. They're inducing me. I have nothing. I don't know what I'm going to do. I call my baby daddy and I let him know I'm having this baby today. They told me I can't leave the hospital and that I have to give birth today due to the low fluids. So I get strapped up. I have nothing. My phone is dying. I'm asking the nurses to charge my phone. I'm crying. I'm just a mess. I'm a mess. They start me on Pitocin. I have really bad history with Pitocin. I ended up in labor for 3 days because my daughter did not want to come out. So now we're getting to the nitty gritty. Now we're getting in a bit more active labor. It is December 30th. We're going on the day of having her. I get the epidural. I've had it before with my son and I had pretty good effects with it. But I noticed this time it did not work. For whatever reason, it didn't work. When I would leaning on one side, only that one side would get numb, and then I would feel the pains in my back on the other side. Flip to the other side and pretty much the same thing. They brought the doctor back in. They were just like, I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? It's not working. I feel everything. I feel everything. Well, her heart rate drops within a second. I'm laying on my right side and her heart rate dips. I start crying. I'm profusely crying. I'm like, help me. I'm screaming like, help me. I don't even know why I was screaming, help me. I'm crying. I'm by myself in this room and all these nurses and this lights on me. And all I hear is, get her to the OR right now. Detach everything. Get her to the OR. You guys, I started crying because I already knew what that meant. That means emergency C-section. I had to have another C-section. I was so sad because I really wanted to try and push that time. I wanted to do vaginal birth, but I couldn't. I couldn't do it. I was in pain. My daughter's heart rate was dropping. It was go time. So I hear the nurses and the doctors arguing while I'm on the table because they started to cut, and I remember saying, I can feel that. And they're looking at me and they're like, you didn't put her out yet? Like, you didn't administer? I'm hearing them argue, and one of the nurses or the anesthesiologist gained control of the situation, put the mask on me, and I hear them still arguing, and I knocked out. I woke up, and I guess it was about an hour later. They got my daughter out in 5 minutes, so they were able to get her out and safely deliver her. I was knocked out. I actually barely remember anything that happened after me waking up. I remember waking up, and I remember my friend had came and she shows me pictures, and she literally had my daughter feeding off me while taking pictures, and I was just like, I didn't even know it was my baby when I woke up. Like, I remember waking up hearing like, whose baby is that crying? Like, I'm thinking I'm still pregnant. That was my baby crying, and I was just like, oh my God, like, this is my baby. We stayed in the hospital for about 2 extra days. And I ended up having to come back to the hospital without my baby because I got preeclampsia. After having her, I literally had preeclampsia. I was about to be down. I got preeclampsia, and the doctor was looking at me like, how I had high blood pressure after having the baby, and it was a total mess. That whole week was a total mess. I did deliver a good, healthy baby. Here's my little sky. But that whole labor and delivery, the fact that I was forced to deliver this baby, the fact that it just did not go as planned, But I love her. She's a ball of sunshine, and that is my L&D story time. If you want anything else, let me know in the comments down below what your labor experience was like, or what your pregnancy is like right now. And I hope to see you guys with another video. This was just a fun Friday the 13th upload, and I hope you guys come back soon. Bye.